G'day, Zach Kelly, Muso on a mission. Well, I have been dying to get together with this fella here, Peter Campbell. Peter's a really good country artist. He's released his own EP and just recently done another album. The EP was Better Late Than Never.
That's the one.
That's the one. And there's some great songs on that, mate. So 4 songs, but they're all pearlers. I love
Thanks,
it.
mate.
That last song is excellent, especially. And then he's just released his latest album, Journey. I met Peter when I was campaigning back at the federal election, and the thing I love about we've become friends, and what I love about that is that we have some very different opinions on very different subjects, and we can respectfully share those opinions with each other. And it's the thing of we can disagree without disrespect, and I love that. I find a very healthy friendship, mate. Tell us about you. What's your story? Give us a 2-minute elevator. Who are you? Who's the artist behind the music?
Where do I start? Well, I was born in Sydney. I grew up in Canberra. I did 3 years in the Army in an infantry battalion. I did 22 years in the Queensland Police. And after I got out of the police, I got back into music.
Yeah? And what are you doing now, mate? Your music pretty well?
I fix cars and play guitars.
I love it.
Yeah, so I'm a motor mechanic by trade.
That'd be a great name for an album, mate.
Yeah, I'm working on that.
Yeah, that'd be excellent. Good stuff. Mate, you know, we saw a lot of social unrest. I've really valued your opinion as being very level-headed throughout this process. It's been very unsettling for a lot of people. What's your take on what's happened, and what do we need to do to bring our society back together? You know, we're a bit fragmented at the moment. How do we get back on track?
Oh, look, I think we're pretty well back on track. I think it's I don't like using the word normal because it's such a broad. What is normal? Yeah,
exactly. But
you know, look, I noticed when I went back to the when we had the first Tamworth Country Music Festival, the first one that we got back together in January. So January 23, I noticed that just about every show I went to, every artist stood up on the stage and said, "Isn't it good to be back to normal?"
Yep.
So the general feeling in the community early 23 was that we were pretty well back to normal.
Well, I mean, it devastated a lot of industries, but nothing more than the music industry, mate.
Yeah, well, you know, we couldn't gig for a long time, and fortunately, I had other skills.
Yes.
So I was able to, you know, work on cars and do a bit of welding and fabricating during that time. So it wasn't as bad for me as it was for some people. But I appreciate that for some people it was pretty well the end of the road.
Yep. And mate, you have a active political interest, you know, so...
Yeah, I wouldn't call myself interest is a good word. I wouldn't call myself an activist, but I'm interested in politics. I'm interested in the way the country is going.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mate, I think if we're all to be actually responsible citizens, I actually think we need to pay attention to what's going on, and we need to actively participate in the process.
I agree.
So that we have the democracy.
Yeah, I agree. I've worked at a few elections now, and I've noticed that there are very few intelligent voters. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I don't mean people aren't intelligent per se.
Yes.
But I don't believe people vote intelligently. I don't think there's enough people who do their background research on the candidates and find out exactly what they stand for. Yeah. I think people need to do more of that.
And then complain about who they got in without doing any research on who they put in. So, yeah. No, I agree, mate. Hey, song we're going to do today, Segregation Blues. Yeah. Great little tune.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
What's the story behind this one?
Well, some people think it's a protest song. It's not really a protest song. It's written from the point of view of a person who didn't agree with the way the pandemic was handled, but was determined to get through and come out better on the other side. Yeah. Yeah, so it's really written from my point of view. Yeah. So, as I said, I didn't agree with the way things were handled. I think some things, I think most things were handled poorly, and I think it was, from an enforcement point of view, it was overzealous. Yes. But I was determined that I wasn't going to let it beat me. Yep, good on you. And so my daughter said, "Oh, the song sounds a little bit too cheery for a blues song." And I said, well, it's supposed to be, because it sort of ends on a positive note. Yes. As the song says, I've got the segregation blues, but I'm going to be all right. Yeah, absolutely. So it's a positive song. A positive message. Yeah. Yeah. It's a positive spin on what was a very serious subject. Mate, one of the reasons why I've moved out of that political space and now fighting it as a musician is if we can capture, like you've done in this song, in 2 or 3 minutes,
something you tap your toe to. There's
Yeah.
lyrics that we sing around and we go, oh, that's right, actually. Yeah.
Yeah,
And, you know,
yeah.
and this one rebalances you, puts you in a good space at the
Yeah,
end.
yeah. Well, there's a few gags in there, and if you listen to the lyrics, you know, you'll pick up on a few things, you know.
Yeah. Well, let's give it a go, mate.
Let's
I'm
have a
playing
go.
bass.
Yeah.
Forgive me, I'm a guitar player first. I make a good roadie for a bass player.
Oh, that's good, mate. I'm sure you'll do a good job.
Oh, good.
So let's have a crack at it and see how it goes.
You count us in, mate, and I'll follow away.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. I got the segregation blues, but I'm gonna be alright. I got the segregation blues, but I'm gonna win this fight. You can lock me down, you can lock me out. Take my job, but having no doubt. I got the segregation blues, but I'm gonna be alright. Just 2 weeks to flatten the curve, they said. Can't go to work, no need to get out of bed. Too much booze, too much food. One more drink, I got nothing to lose. I got the segregation blues, but I'm gonna be alright. After a while, they let us back out to play.
Play it was.
One by one, they took our freedoms away. You can't go here, you can't go there. It'll hunt you down, you better beware. I got the segregation blues, but I'm gonna be alright. Just 2 jabs to keep your job, they said. 3, 4, 5, who knows where it will end. Border patrols, cover your nose. Check in here, that's how it goes. I got the segregation blues, but I'm gonna be alright. Join in. I got the segregation blues, but I'm gonna be alright. I got the segregation blues, but I'm gonna win this fight. You can lock me down, you can lock me out. Take my job, but have no doubt. I got the segregation blues, but I'm gonna be alright. Yes, I am. I got the segregation blues, but I'm gonna be alright.
That'll do. Mate, well done. Awesome.
Thanks, mate.
I love the tune. It's
Thanks,
a great
mate.
tune. Hey, how can people, tell people how can they get in contact with you, mate?
Okay, well
How can they buy your album?
How can they buy my album? They can give me money. No, you can find me on Facebook. It's I have a music page. It's called Peter Campbell Music. Or you can send me an email at pcmusic63@gmail.com.
Excellent, mate. I'll put those links in the
description below.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. Hey, look, thank you.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Absolutely. Excellent.
And there's a YouTube channel as well.
All right, what's the YouTube? Are you under a handle? What's your handle?
Peter Campbell Music.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah,
All right.
so
Guys, check out Peter. Please support our local musos. They've all done it tough the last couple of years. They're all trying to get back into the picture. And, mate, keep doing what you're doing.
thanks, mate. Good on you.
Yeah, awesome.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. See
See
you.
ya.
Talk soon.
Thanks.
So ask yourself this question: will you stand and hold the line? Or are you happy to play the victim and just surrender every time?